Okay, guys. We're here. I was only a little ranty before coming in. I was like, bro, I've got 10 minutes. I'm gonna be there, be square. And then I start ranting on the way here. Why? Because people are ridiculous. Also, the taste of asparagus. So here we are. Abigail! Abigail! Chan! We're here to discover what is up with this body. We have two expendable points? What? We need more empathy. You ran and you still have soap on your face? Well, baby cakes, welcome. I'm glad you came to see me because I was thinking about you today. Also, hey Monty. Why would we think that you are not here? Call the station about the dead body. Examine the library card. Okay, we gotta do that. Idiot Doom Spiral stole a cool jacket. We got his jacket. Talk to Klasje at the Door Gunner Megamix about... Okay, so we can go and talk to our lady friend back at the inn. What the frick was that? Moonshine, probably. Smells and tastes like fermentation. Well. We are going to go and give Idiot Doom Spiral his jacket. I hope everybody is ready to solve some murder tonight. Maybe we will find the cryptozoologist tonight. The frick is over here? Who the frick is that? Oh my gosh, there are a lot of people over here. This is not the plan, but you know what? A bathhouse, shoddily constructed. An ancient paint is peeling. You know what? I should upgrade conceptualization.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Look, Kim, even more bullet holes. Something has gone down here.
Correct. The density of the bullet holes is unusual. Even in a general, average bullet hole frequency in Martinez sense. Grim affairs. Meaning, this is a lot of bullet holes. Looks like fully automatic rifle fire. Something you don't see these days.
Is there ever really enough conceptualizing? I don't think so.
The manufacturing and sale of automatic rifles was curtailed after the revolution. The destructive power of such tools proved to be too much.
See, look, we
do need to retain some humanity in this world.
Unable to piece together the big picture just now.
I'm dumb.
There's a hole in their hypothesis. The scattering of bullet
holes
no! looks like one giant smiling mouth.
Why do I like to pick the options that hurt me?
Smile, laughing at you, and the world, and the living.
Stop it. My perception is laughing at me. What it doesn't know is that I could put another point on visual calculus. What would it do then? Do you see how smart I could be? Look at this. 2, 4, 6, 8. I could put 8 on there, man. Make the laws of physics work for the law? That makes us psychic? Oh my gosh, Tatum. You're out of control. Okay. Apparently I'm very sensitive, is what my Harry is just like. Sign says, entree interdite. An An old ticket booth, no longer in operation. Too many calories today. Well, stop eating. I had some asparagus for dinner. What the frick is that? Hello? Oh, I have a library card I need to look at, too. 2 logic, minus 1%. Is that a hat? Oh my gosh. I mean, obviously, this is 2 logic. Hey, Laura, what's up? We're looking suave as all get out. I don't know if the world can handle Harry looking like this. Okay, library card.
The library card is folded into 2 and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Majima, expires
feel better.
July 53. Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinton Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
Look, whatever that thing is that heals my conceptualization, that was the greatest thing that I could have ever learned because I hurt my morale
If lost,
so much.
please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02 55211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours, 900 to 1800.
Unironically, I got scolded by someone back in graduate school for saying, have a good day. And she was like, don't tell me what to do. I don't like being
Good.
told what to do.
You should give them a call from my kinema. See if we can learn anything.
We do
about
need to go back to
Elysium.
Kim's car.
Good idea. There was plenty of information here to go by.
We are trying to solve a murder. And actually kind of a dystopian, this is a dystopian. In a dystopian society. We are dystopia, cop. Oh my gosh. Oversized superstar sunglasses? Bruh. Hello. What are our normal ones? 1 empathy. Oh yeah, we gotta keep the ones we got so we can have that extra empathy because we need it. But still, check us out. Freaking King's over here. No boat in the boathouse today. I think Laura would like it. Oh my gosh, is this crypto? Tiny cages carefully constructed. Are you crypto bro? Crypto bro?
Go. Nice and easy. No way out, little guys.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officers.
His self-conscious enthusiasm renders his movements ungainly.
Go back to your wife, bro.
He looks like your understanding of a scientist.
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
The crypto fascist?
Don't worry, Gary. I'll handle it.
What does it mean, crypto fascist? You must be Morel, the
To what do I owe the
zoologist.
pleasure?
Lena sent me. She's been really worried about you and is waiting for you to get back. Oh.
Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the AL-81.
Yeah, that was me. I broke the water lock with the motor carriage, but it is fixed now. You can
You
go back.
broke the water lock with a motor carriage?
Don't blame
There
me.
was a billboard in the canal. Not a vehicle. It said Samaran Butter.
I guess you're right. It's really the sign's fault. Anyway, you can go back now.
Did he say we can go back now?
Yes,
Everything
Gary.
is the disco.
We can go soon. If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we're going.
Tell me about this phasmid you're looking for.
Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it.
What makes it so difficult to find?
Good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there? And I suspect it may have also developed other specialised techniques to protect itself from predators.
What?
Or scientists, in our present case.
What sort of specialized techniques is this phasmid using to hide itself?
It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defences
Grumble,
that allow
welcome.
it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex. But I cannot describe
How do I get him
these
to sell me his
defences
pants?
work, much less how they evolved, without studying a live specimen.
A ghost insect, he said? These people are looking for a ghost.
Who's jealous of my healing
No,
abilities?
that is precisely what we're not. We are zoological specialists, looking for an extant species of phasmid.
How big is
I'm
this phasmid?
expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis,
Oh my
is
gosh.
about the size of a grown man's forearm.
Oh no.
So,
Look out for it.
Seems puny, to be honest.
Why are you so interested in this stick bug? Aren't there more sensational animals out there?
typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of my, of any, cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defences, find out how it stayed hidden so long.
Would be glory itself.
What have you discovered about it so far?
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts.
Sam! Hey, there's some French. So no one's ever found
Not
one?
yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real. By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition.
What makes you think the phasmid is here in Martinez?
There was a credible sighting here recently. A pair of teenagers described a creature
I am a cop,
that
though.
matched the Insulindian phasmid to an uncanny degree, despite not knowing what it was themselves.
We do have union workers.
It's the first credible sighting in several
moralists.
decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, it probably doesn't matter much anymore.
Maybe the Insulindian phasmid has died out?
I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis. Yes, the females don't need males to reproduce. Makes it easier for a species to survive in adverse conditions.
Females reproducing without males? A travesty, a crime against passion and common sense. The radio waves. Think of the
Nature
radio
does not
waves.
concern herself with ethical propositions. As a scientist, my interest is strictly dispassionate.
There's nothing dispassionate about the way he talks about the insect.
Tell me more about the
Well,
traps.
They may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly, so I'm sure they'll do the trick.
Lena designed
yes.
the traps. How did they work?
Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can get back out. At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate exoskeleton.
What are you using as bait?
Locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course. But we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid might occasionally prey on other insects.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny, chittering swarm.
What will you do if the traps don't work?
They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of previous efforts by other teams, which use plants. We have given this some thought.
The traps do seem to be deftly and thoughtfully constructed. It's clear the cryptozoologist's wife knows what she's doing.
Let me ask you
Yes.
something else.
What?
Lena seems pretty eager for you to return.
And I'm eager to return to her, I assure you. But I can't leave before we finish with these traps. My wife understands that just as well as anyone.
Come on, Morale. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back.
And leave the traps? Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down.
Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
I didn't know the phasmid was so important to
Of
Lena.
course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting. On record.
Did it scare her?
One of only 4 this century. And it's hers.
She's seen it.
Really? She's sighted the
Yes.
phasmid.
That's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine. Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't abandon course now.
Maybe you could go back to the whirling, warm up, and come back to check on the traps.
No, no, no. The traps need to be monitored on a regular schedule. What would we do if the phasmid were to starve while we were sipping tea at the hostel?
What if you die?
He's dead set on this. I could go for some trap setting.
What if we check the
I
traps?
didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer.
Chaos is my method. I am Scion. I'm all in with this cryptid shit. I'm hooked. Cryptozoology and detective work are similar.
Well,
You're Chaos?
be that as it may, I'd really appreciate the help.
Where are these traps? What do I do if there's a phasmid in the
Bring
trap?
it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight.
He's not comfortable with the possibility that you'll claim the find.
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, I'll spray you with a pheromone mixture I developed. It's made of musk and research chemicals.
Lay it
the
on me.
pheromone should attract the
Thick.
insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Will last you about a week.
Lay it on me.
This is the smell of dying reeds, of longing crumbling into the water.
I
Uh-oh.
hope you're not buying this.
We're gonna get
He
attacked by
dispenses it without
cryptids.
letting you touch the canister, so it will
Oh,
be
no.
precious like holy water.
It is precious.
Oh no.
A single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect you to understand self-financing one's own research.
Where are these
There
traps?
are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula. By the
Peninsula.
boathouses there. It's very near. Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there, on your way to the old radio tower, after the church. The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them, you should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and stupid than sorry.
That seems like a lot. Do we really have time for this extracurricular venture?
What, aren't you having
Even
fun?
relative to examining a week-old corpse, I'm not sure mucking about in the reeds qualifies as fun.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Which means you two can pack up and go back to the whirling.
Finally, someone's talking sense.
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions, now's the time to ask. We'll be gone once you get to it.
If it's more cryptid-related business you want to discuss, you'll have time for that later too. What about his eager-to-leave friend Gary there? Talk to him too, perhaps.
I've just always liked animals and puzzles. Searching for cryptids is a bit of both.
So you're living your childhood
It's
dream.
not child's play. Just because I have to traipse through the mud every so often.
Why not just be a zoologist? Real animals are puzzling too.
Real. I know you think one is a respectable profession, while the other is superstition. Everyone does.
Honestly, being a cryptozoologist trumps most of the garbage I've seen people do.
My methods do not differ from other scientists. I simply draw upon a wider variety of evidence. And
Your
Oops.
nerve endings tell you there is no such thing as a positive surprise.
Life surprises are mostly miserable. And has anything truly surprising ever happened to you?
No, as I said, I have yet to catch a cryptid. Although I have come close. Close enough to keep trying.
Interesting. Something for later, this close call.
What kind of evidence do you use?
Everything from forgotten regional lore to newspaper accounts, like the one that brought us here, to look for the Phasmid. I keep a very open mind.
He's interested in things that people believe that scientists don't.
Look, I can't stop conceptualizing, Abigail. It just happens. You think other scientists don't listen to ordinary people enough?
Most establishment scientists only care about reputation and remuneration, not real research, and certainly not the truth. They're a cowardly lot, and both the field and basement archives can be dangerous places.
So, you never discovered a cryptid?
No. Very few cryptids are ever discovered, and not for a lack of trying. To stay hidden is a cryptid's primary quality. It's even in the name, cryptid.
So how many cryptids have been found?
Of the list of cryptids kept by the Cryptozoological Society of Chemnee, which is 4,082 items long, about 2,000 have been confirmed as hoaxes. 2 are categorized as confirmed discoveries. The rest are in differing stages of discovery, refutation, and data collection.
Only 2 have proven to be
Yes,
real.
a Chateau Quan forest pygmy, who turned out to be an extinct species of primate, and a cave salamander from Hugo Grad, who is, honestly, quite unremarkable. It's in a zoo somewhere. We cryptozoologists are brutally honest with ourselves, more so even than the public. With cryptids, most cryptids are hoaxes or they are never found. That does not mean we should stop searching.
Not approvingly. Then the Insulindian Phasmid will be the
Indeed.
3rd.
If our expedition is successful, every paper in the world will report on it. From Revachol to Dushantu. It will be a zoological miracle.
Oh, Daddy!
The hair on your arms stand
Welcome.
up. Electricity. Sounds like reeds hissing.
Thank you for explaining that. Now about
Yes.
something else. Let's talk about that specific cryptid.
All right. What cryptids precisely? I usually discuss these things with specialists, so I don't know what.
We would have to discuss. He wants to say, but decides against it. Since you've offered to help. You need to ask him about specific cryptids. Cryptids you've heard about from Lena, or his friend Gary. He won't just talk.
Which cryptids did you almost catch? You said before that you almost caught
A
one.
willow person. It's a long story. One non-specialist would find rather dull.
Willow people? Not at all.
Let's talk.
They're not people, really. Some argue they aren't really animals.
Supermarket
They
night. That's in
seem
a
to
couple of
have
nights.
evolved directly
Almost.
from trees.
And then we're in an asylum because
They're
he just
very,
got
very thin,
arrested.
almost flat, in fact, and can camouflage themselves easily. wrapping themselves around trees and blending in with the tree bark. In that way, they're not too dissimilar from the phasmid we're looking for here.
So I may have seen a willow people without knowing it?
You probably have.
How did you almost catch a willow
Gary and
person?
I painted an entire grove's worth of trees in slow-drying paint.
Is Micah
It's a
cryptid?
bright lavender colour. I was hoping one of the willow people would get paint on it and not be able to camouflage itself. After waiting in hiding for hours, I saw a figure slip from one of the trees, a lavender shadow dashing through the grove.
And
I
then?
chased it with a net. Not very elegant. You can't be elegant in the field. And, well, it was faster than me.
A lavender shadow.
I know you think we were snacking on funny mushrooms. It's easier to mock someone than to admit that the world might be more interesting than you've imagined. Furthermore, I'm not saying it was a confirmed sighting. I'm painfully aware of what goes into verifying such things. There is a serious possibility that I saw a squirrel or a trick of the light. I am my own harshest critic.
And Lena's sighting of the phasmid, is that...
Confirmed. It's 100% verified and meets all the standards of an authentic cryptid sighting. No offense, officer, but I'm not much of a pedagogue. I don't know what I would have done if Lena hadn't persuaded me to go back to field research. You should ask her if you want interesting stories. Me? I'm not a people person, unless you haven't noticed. And I don't make a good lecturer. My strength lies in field work and persistence.
This is a gruff man who's been ridiculed too many times to feel comfortable talking about what's dearest to his heart. It's in his shoulders. His face is everything.
By all means.
Lots of people are out there missing this. These soggy log smells of ignition fluid, they won't light up.
Hello, I'm
Hello.
Gary. Very generous of you to help us out, officer.
Your tone of voice is a little
Yellow
concerning.
man. I mean, officer.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and
Uh-oh.
takes out his notebook. Yellow man. That sounds awfully familiar. Something to keep in mind for later.
Him judging... Him...
I'm just waiting for my friend
Kim's
Morel to
feelers
finish
are
up
up.
with his insect traps so we can return to civilization.
And not a lover of the great outdoors.
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Degenerates. This man respects authority too much. To see the truth inscribed upon thine own visage. Pretend thou art a paragon of virtue.
Ah, degenerates. I have been trained to identify the slightest hint of degeneracy by the preeminent authority on it. That's my guru. Sadly, I think I think I might be a drunk. Well, no, we're gonna sniff out degenerates.
I didn't mean it in any scientific way.
Do you know anything about the man hanging out about behind the whirling rag? There we go.
Oh, so that's what the RCM in Martinez is about. Great. Great to hear someone's finally taking care of that.
So you do know something about it.
No. Nothing. He was some kind of mercenary. But everyone here knows that. I'm just glad to hear you're looking into it. That's all.
He's not feeling very comfy in his clothes, is he? Strange. He didn't kill him or anything.
Is this
but
your
there's
mug?
something going
Oh my
on
gosh.
there.
Did we find the guy with the racist mug?
My mug? Why would you think that?
His eyes widen at the sight
Who
of
said?
the mug. He's seen it before, all right.
You've said yellow man. That's not something many people go around saying. It seems as if you were calling it to it longingly when you cried yellow man. I could see you recognize it in your eyes. You look like the kind of guy who might have a collection of mugs like this at home in his colonial mug collection.
I may have had a similar looking mug in the past. That's all.
Admit it, man. You put the mug in the trash behind the whirling. Still seems suspicious. Did I mention the mug was found at the scene of the lynching? All right, I believe you. You look like the kind of man who knows it's a crime to lie to an officer.
Maybe. Okay. Yes, I did. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry, officer.
Gary.
You're not going to find me, are you?
I would, but I don't know. Gary, I just want information.
Thank you. You won't regret this. I won't use another man's property to dump my garbage ever again. I don't know what got into me, really. Work has been stressful lately. Damn Koiko's price dumping us out of competition.
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Nothing. Just answering some questions.
We might get more
helping
banana
out the law.
monologues. You
Here
don't
we
know.
go. Start pumping that sweet info.
How did you get it into the trash container?
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services, CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez,
Why would you need to get into everyone's trash?
so I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Humans run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Disgraced? No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
Gary, did you put the clothes of a murder victim, the man who was hanged behind the whirling and rag, into the trash
Officer,
container?
please. Let me explain. It's not like that.
Do?
I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know?
Yes, what happened?
Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly. Okay. I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
Right. It was just civic duty.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Civic duty.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before. But where?
What was that strange sound?
What sound?
That clicking I just heard when you moved.
Really? There's lots of weird stuff out here in the reeds, though.
He's a cryptid, guys.
Insects, trash.
He is actually
Could
a
be the
bug
wind
man.
shifting some garbage nearby.
Every day, the wind shifts the reeds and whatever was left in them. Tambourines and condom wrappers, plastic and glass bottles. The smell of decay. The sound you heard was not the sound of something easily abandoned.
You wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you?
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I
my
know
gosh.
he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it.
An infant could see he's not telling the truth.
Gary, why are you
but
so
he's
full of
too
it?
scared to admit more wrongdoing. There's something going on here. You should observe him more closely after this topic is...
I hope I could help your investigation.
Don't be so relieved yet, Gary. This bad cop may have been in your apartment, admiring your mug collection. Perhaps a little intimidation?
No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way. But I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
After all this time with Morel, he must have an opinion on cryptids.
I'm into
This could lead to a good one.
Do you have a favorite?
Oh, yes, the burning rhino. Morel doubts he's real, but I don't much care, because I won't be the one looking for him out in Safra Serai.
What's a
A
burning rhino?
rhinoceros that looks ordinary during the day, but burns brightly by night. Well, at least the males do.
How did they... Why
The
only
flames are
males?
not just for decoration. They are an integral part of the beast's mating behavior.
How
During
so?
the burning rhino's mating season, herds of male rhinos, all aflame, encircle herds of female rhinos, forming a fiery ring as they begin to copulate loudly. Local peasants call it the passion ring. They fear the rhinos, as perhaps they should. Anyway,
And Gary's
The
got
lieutenant
some weird
sighs
kinks.
without looking up. from his notes. It's clear the burning rhino is dear to him on many levels, some even spiritual.
How do they burn?
have special ducts just above their shoulder blades that secrete a combustible fluid. When the rhino is just beginning to light itself, it looks as though it has wings of fire.
You were surprised to see my colleague, Lieutenant
Not many
Kitsuragi?
Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sail. I meant no offense, truly.
Do you remember how, when we met Measurehead and I said the next racist will be a really good one?
Yes.
Well, this is that racist.
Are you Gary? Are you a racist?
Hey, man, all I meant was there are not many Sealites around here. I'm just stating a fact.
Do you have a problem with Seolites? The lieutenant is a native Rafashol. Yes. What are they doing in the Seol of theirs? Scheming?
Oh, yes. Of course he is. I was just speaking about his connections. Let's change the subject, okay?
That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons.
Oh my gosh.
Really keeping that thing together.
He is a
As
mug
if
in a shirt.
something is ready to rip out from underneath.
His massive musculature. Something worn underneath.
Yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example. One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other, resembling pearls or marbles, stolen from the corpse in the yard near where he lives.
I see you're a connoisseur of high-quality combat
I
gear.
knew you'd figure it out, officer. I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once. I was ashamed of what I did. And I didn't want you to know.
We're not detecting falsehood, sire. He's gearing up to admit the truth.
Gary, what's going on?
Oh my gosh, my skills are so good. I always know when people are lying.
Later,
For
Morale.
real.
I've got apologizing to do.
No, you've got explaining to do.
Give me that armor. Now, why did you really put those clothes in the trash?
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they'd scattered his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling, so I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here. Only the cuirass was left, so I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning. No one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have... Fuck.
We're detecting sincere contrition here, sire.
I am a human
It's
lie
okay.
detector.
It was a loose end, and you are tying it up now.
I'm so fucking sorry I called you Yellow Man. Sealite officers commanded the suzerain's navy. Most of them sided with the king when...
He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's boots comes into view. Soon it is in your hands, smelling of his sweat, but so light to hold, like a bag of cotton.
Why did you lie,
Because I
Gary?
was weak. I should have told you the moment I saw you. But
The hell, Gary? You in trouble?
I'll explain later.
Do you know who killed the hanged
I
man?
always thought it was the Union. Some Union hardasses lynched him because of the strike. But almost everyone in town knows that. I wish I could tell you more.
This is all he knows.
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again.
So, Gary, you live nearby?
Sure do.
An apartment
officer.
in Martinet?
His eyes narrow slightly.
Have you found your
He's
door
wondering where this is going.
open lately? And you're a big man from Dauphin? Mr. Clare must be angry with you. I think I broke into your apartment. I'm sorry.
In my home. Yes. When I was going to... How did you know?
Mr. Arthur Clare thought it necessary to unlock your apartment. Nothing. Just wanted to ask you if your door's been unlocked
Is
lately.
this about the Union? Did the big man open the door?
Don't worry. I didn't go in. No, I did, per request.
So you work for Everard Clare?
Only sometimes.
Officer, please tell him we're good. No, tell him I'll make it up to him. What have I done? He'll send the muscle after me.
As he lowers his tone, he hunches his back.
Really? I don't even know what it was about. I just opened the door. Yeah, I don't know what it was. But he doesn't like you. Try not to shit yourself, Gary. It's just an open door. Our discussion on this topic is over, Gary.
Whatever it is, tell him I'm silent as the grave. I was probably talking too loud in the whirling the other night about some theories. I won't do it again. If there's anything I can do to assist you, or the Union, just ask.
This scared him proper.
I don't want to work
He's
for the Union.
positively melting from fear. Has to prop himself up with a lot of anger to keep it together.
The weather vane has turned. He cannot be unturned.
He clearly liked his squirming. He may even have changed his mind about the whole door opening operation.
Oh my gosh, Kim. We do only work for the disco. Look at all of our points. Oh my gosh, we're about to get another point. I think I'm gonna do visual calculus. Oh my gosh. 1 pain threshold, 1 volition negative, 1. I mean, we can't. We don't have enough. We can't give empathy. Oh my gosh, it shows all of these things that I can do. Challenging, heroic. Anyway, we need to go talk to her about some things. We need to go give Idiot Doom his jacket back. And we need to go call the station. Call a Jamrock Public Library. Oh yeah, we need to talk to that. Anyway. Give me that money. These heavy military blockades are riddled with bullet holes. A buoy bobs in the water. Number on it says 11. Money! This section of the coast hasn't been used for decades. Okay, we were down here before. This is... Look, we're gonna try.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall.
Oh my gosh.
Richard unable to piece together the scattering of bullet.
Dang it. Okay, well, you know what's coming for you, wall. Oh no, there was all of that up there too. We'll come back. Maybe. Let's just go up there right now. New skill point. Oh wait. That's what I meant by new skill point. Hello?
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with. You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must be Kim Kitsuragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Nice to meet you.
Hold on, hypertext?
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
He's just making up fancy words. This doesn't mean anything.
What was that about the windows?
Oh yes. So Mikhail, they had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall.
You and Kim know each other?
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers. Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into Worms lately.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
What's so fascinating about an empty old building?
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. What not a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical, and Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Hold on. What's R&D?
Look at the building looming over you. Wait, what is R&D?
Apologies, it's an acronym for research and development. They don't use it anymore. You're probably more familiar with RTD, Research and Technological Development.
Mea culpa. You are not familiar with that one either. This man is a bookhead.
Looks like a building looming
It
over
looks
you.
old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the
Mike is a
collapsed
bookhead.
rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on a broken windowsill.
I don't think I've ever heard of this Feld Electrical.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I say, they were developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing my metaphors here.
What was that ace?
It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer. An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution, revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer,
To be fair, Mike, that's the first time we've heard the word bookhead.
which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rein, ICN, and Zam, haven't achieved yet.
He assumes something like a combat stance, facing the wind.
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
Built the
Yes, they
boardwalk.
even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
A pleasure wheel?
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans.
What happened to the engineers, the company
Oh,
people?
I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers,
What did the revolutionaries do with those advanced tape computers?
they used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars.
What was that?
What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02. It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bon Baiser dans ce Lind. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion.
How did those tape computers work? Did they work like radio computers?
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware. 10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Womty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Hughes joined the team, trying to...
Wait, did he just say Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center? He did it. He said Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center, like it's the most natural thing in the world. What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Juiced?
The Wumpty Dumpty Dump Center for Contemporary Arts. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to...
You're making this up. Kim is making it.
In fact, I'm not. The
Oh
Wumpty
my
Dumpty
gosh.
Dump Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center.
Is Wompty Dumpty Dom Center worth learning? I have questions about this worthiness. It's Wednesday evening and something heinously exciting is underway. People have gathered beneath the billowing roof of an oddly shaped trophy building. I think we'll skip that one. Wait, what was that? White Morning? Love the name of it.
But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
Cool.
Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The Feld playback experiment vanished into the fires of '07.
Wait, the Feld playback experiment.
Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the Feld playback experience, but those are incorrect.
Why did the revolutionaries destroy it?
Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building. But of course, what else? I do have some money, yes, but that's not what's really important here.
Can I have some of that unimportant money?
Of course, Detective, I wouldn't have assumed anything else. Matter of fact, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but the Vespertine Department of Justice has published a rather interesting paper on the criminal profiling in former socialist states. Have you read it? If not, then you definitely should. If not for tips and tricks, then just for theoretical curiosity. Anyway, that's just a little something that sprang to mind. You were saying?
Forget it. They don't sell those kind of books at crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
Thanks
No,
for
thanks
the
to
interesting
you
combo.
for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
Another power box. There's nothing left in the charge. More health. There's a fence that blocks the path. Thank you for the hearts in the
You
chat.
see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains.
No, they just show.
Says, tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Tomorrow.
Looks like tomorrow never came.
Well, Timothy.
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years. Dripping water falls from a high place.
It does
All you
spread
can
joy
see
and
is
love
the shadow
and
of
cold
a
power.
collapsing staircase.
That's true.
There's rust and corrosion on the bars. They're foaming with it. And a small layer of white salt from
We
the
are a
sea.
cult of peace and mistakes.
No, I won't even try. You know, I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
Can you still shoot though?
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I passed my shooting courses 7 out of 10.
Kim is blind. Take that trash. Anyway, we were here before, so now we can go and give Mr. Doom guy. And now after that little shindig, we can find our way back to Mr. Doom Spiral. They're children. What's up, guys? We got a jacket.
Tequila sunset.
I don't know.
Ah, tequila.
Spread.
I knew you'd come
Peace.
through. That's fucking great, man.
Because people keep choosing violence. And I need them to stop.
Let me see. What? This isn't my jacket. My jacket was beautiful. This is fucking filthy. What am I supposed to do with this?
Peace. Peace. Look, I just stumbled upon another dead body. I don't care about the jacket. What do you expect? You left it outside for a week. I'm sorry, I found it like this.
I'm not
Ow!
taking a disgusting pile of hobo rags. I may be in an irrecoverably decaying orbit, but I've still got standards.
My feelings.
Either bring it back the way it was before, or find a dumpster to...
You know, despite the guano, it looks like the jacket itself is stain resistant. It may just need a good scrubbing.
I got some more booze. Can you tell me a story? Okay, well, Mr. Picky guy over here. Where did we even wash? Oh my gosh. Is it okay to eat toasty yet? I'm gonna go with no. Probably not.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. The reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. Some tufts.
I know
have
you
been
a
crushed.
hillbilly,
The
but
broken
like,
stalks seem like a rebuke. The sound of the city.
Try putting
hums
on a
in the
tie.
east. The constant, distant song, louder on this part of the coast, nearer somehow, and there's that cold again. Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go. I meant no offense.
I'm like, this is so silly. This is so silly. There was one on the north. I don't even remember where he said it was. Oops. Inspect the traps. Check the northeast of Feld building. Okay, it's still over there. Check the trap morale just set in the cryptologist camp and on the west. Okay, so that's all further inland. So over by the Feld building. So I'm just gonna go into town and we can come back and check the traps later. Oh my gosh. Let's go call the Popos.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Let's go bother Sylvie again.
I'm afraid they're closed. It says here that the library is open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
We
No!
should try again during business hours.
Anything else, Detective? One moment. Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
An unidentified middle-aged man, height 170 to 170. Didn't we identify him with the library card? Dark hair, medium build. Looks like he slipped, fell through a hole on the boardwalk and hit his head against
We
the bench.
suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell. There were bottles all around him, and traces of vomit on his shirt.
Any signs of violence?
No, it seems like it was an accident.
No field autopsy necessary.
You can hear her quickly typing in the background.
What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes?
He was wearing boots, trousers, and an old leather jacket with a bright blue lining. I found a library card from his pocket.
Any information on the library card?
It's from Central Jamrock Public Library. It belongs to someone named Billy Majima.
Good. You have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else?
We're taking
I
the
have
case.
assigned the case to Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue. That's all for now. Thank you, 57.
In the cabin, you see
Remind me that we need to call the library tomorrow. I'm gonna see if we can buy those. Wait, how much were those pants that Kuno was selling? We can go talk to him, but also tell me that I can afford the pants. Also, where do I clean this jacket off at? Hello? We're gonna go see Kuno in a second. We're already over here. Hey.
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
Ooh, volition. Okay, well I can get some volition. Oh my gosh. A little baby. Look at that. Okay, give me a second.
Why not?
Can I put anything on that will help my volition? That's a volition. Wait, what did I just... Oh, undershirt. We needed that empathy, though.
the white ceramic cuirass hugs your torso, shielding your vitals without adding much bulk to your form. Your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away, as the plates reorient to your motions.
Is this just to protect me from
The
harm?
hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and light, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to
He
your
could be a
step.
cannibal, to be honest.
Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do for you. You really do feel more confident. Invulnerability does that. Even partial invulnerability.
One down, 2 pieces to go. Yeah, I want the full suit. This gear could line my pockets with cash. This is the long sought after enemy technology. I just can't enjoy it. I must study it.
2. Are you sure you're correct there? There was a helmet too. 3 pieces more like. You were ambitious. It may be a while before you have all the pieces. In the meantime, you should analyze the armor. Figure out its vulnerabilities. Remember, this is a highly specialized kinetic redistributor meant to stop bullets. Wear it. Observe its properties. See if there's a weakness in the design. For the day you have to fight someone covered in the same material.
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
She puts her coffee cup down with a soft ring as the porcelain meets the metal table.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me.
On this tape, he specifically identified you as a target.
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
Those are the exact words he used.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line.
A memory surfaces in her tired neocortex. It's not entirely unpleasant.
Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style?
Kohoi was
He
mentioned.
wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway.
Why do you...
He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Yeah, this over here with the because I shaved.
No. I'm pretty sure he did all those things. And then had to internalize them to keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his, what's the word I'm looking for? Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that. He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Jesu all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani's ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
Weren't you afraid? You like this kind of stuff, and you spent time with this person romantically.
We're all scraping up any happiness we can find, officer. Going around with our little scouring sticks. You, your first love, Mr. Kohoi here.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? Here in Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Wash the dirty jacket.
Like, for example...
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
Lelystad. That's a good start. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you.
He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no, we even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
We were slightly off then. Thank you for clearing it up.
The adversary one.
Blue. Light blue. They were like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
It's clear she was very
Well, that would
much
spook
attracted
me.
to him, and still is.
You found him attractive.
Of course. He was the most strangely beautiful man I've ever been with. And I mean that. And now, he's dead. A pity.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made it oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone. Oh, that. Sure, waterways. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though. How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason.
Is this Orani's lit?
Yes. This is the very
Hey,
essence
llamas, what's
of what
up?
it means lit. A moment's respite. Dark and hopeless as the struggle itself. He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, "Saw some bat shit there. Killed some loincloths." And so it goes. Star after star, port after port, third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them.
And you were the woman in this.
Oh yeah.
Can you tell us precisely what these mean?
No thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Oranje needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people in the Seminine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself. It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then. You have the tools to deal with it. It's not a very nice story to remember when you're sober. A change of topic?
Where's Lylestad?
In Oranje, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there.
Oranje? Oranje's map of waterways? This fits with it.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
Yes. We were compatriots.
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrijk. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits.
Sex, alcohol, speed, probably also sildenafil.
Could it be love that did him in?
It very well could be, yes. What do I mean? I have no idea. I don't even know what you mean. Love did him in? What does that mean?
You told me love did him in.
That's not funny, officer.
Sorry.
Her voice is like a slash through the air. Her shoulders tense up.
Oops. Something miraculous is coming. He told me.
The lieutenant blinks. His expression does not change.
Forget about it.
Another fantastic moment. What next?
Stop making fun of me, Kim. I think we're finished.
All right.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee. Soft, light brown eyes look back at you, directly into the space behind your eye sockets. You see the smoke rise from between her painted red lips.
I have
She's
more
beautiful.
success with the lower numbered ones than the higher
I have
numbered
bad
ones.
news for you.
My face when I lost the 97, but I won the 17.
You know these guys? Who? Me? Yes, you.
Oh no.
He's talking about you, you boring stiff. You too. Me? What did I do? These guys are compromised. She's got them singing along to her tune. The little bleeps and bloops you trust for info, you can't trust them anymore. Believe it.
Which ones exactly are effective?
There's no way of knowing. At the moment, I'm afraid it's best to assume all of them. Bullshit, man. I ain't compromised. Especially that guy. That guy's the most compromised one in here.
Oh my gosh.
No fucking way.
My
man.
brain is arguing.
I just want to drag that
itself.
sweet menthol Ziggy. Really? Quick. Tell me what's under her jumpsuit. Glory. Truth. Softness. Protect her. She wants you.
How did this happen?
How it always does. Through subtlety.
What can I
There's
do?
nothing you can do about it. You are how you are, and she is how she is. Things will go as they do.
Can't you turn them normal again?
No.
What use is...
It's better to know
Did
you're
they-
being played than to be played without knowing it, is it not?
Does this mean she's lying to me?
Yes. Mr. Thespian here has been singing paeans to how truthful she is. She is a lady, most fair and just. In his defense, to reduce him to such inadequacy, she probably had to employ half-truths more often than outright lies. That is correct. And omissions too.
Can I trust that guy?
A little. They're all still of limited use, interpreting things to the best of their ability. But when it comes to assessments of character and factual accuracy, they are not to be trusted. Not with her.
Can I trust them, any of them ever again?
Don't be melodramatic. You can trust them. Just not with Miss Orange Disco Dancer here.
Her lover is the dead
A
guy,
light green
yes.
speck and imperfection on the outer rim of her right iris. It sparkles.
What is her plan?
You can't draw a sound conclusion. The one who usually does says, she may want to control the information rollout, not to become a suspect. She may have a past she's escaping, unrelated to this case. You doubt it's something truly insidious. See? It's oddly moderate, probably compromised.
I've been talking to myself long enough. Let's...
Don't worry. It's only been 4 or 5 seconds. You've got this. For a second, her face disappears from your cornea. Only a silvery negative remains. Still smiling, a tired smile. Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42? Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality. He was 42 years old? How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder? You could ask either one of them.
Kim, how old do you think I am?
Huh?
How old do I look?
How old? 58.
Oh my gosh, that's really old. What if you're wrong? We're both wrong about the deceased. He turned out to be 50.
You asked.
What if you're wrong?
42. And he was deceased. He had been decomposing for a week.
I feel like I've been decomposing longer than that.
On the bright side, you've been getting a lot of exercise lately.
The ravages of alcohol are nearly as extreme as the death itself.
There's silence. Then a little more.
Sure, you're 42.
Wait. This requires scientific measurements.
Bring it on. I am not afraid of the truth.
To the laboratorium.
Oh my god. The date of birth generator? Oh my gosh. We need another skill point so we can learn our age. That's just because I shaved.
This window.
No. How close are we to another skill point? Oh my gosh, we just gotta... Okay. If we go and talk to Titus, we may end up getting that. Because we got this. Oh, I can trade out of this too. Do I want the drama? Or do I want the empathy? Anyway. And we need to find somewhere to wash a dirty jacket. Wash it in the sink. You mean the sink in the room we can't get into? Or wait, the sink back at our house? Wait, we're gonna go talk to Titus first. We'll come back. Alright, Titus.
It's you again. What is it?
Good night, Mike. Thanks for hanging out. So, I talked to Glaja about the
Damn.
tape.
He tenses immediately. Chest tightens. Jaw sets. Ready for another blow.
That fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape.
It was dark stuff, but it didn't prove anything, and it didn't change her mind. Yeah, it was bad, honestly, I expected.
Fucking fuckity fucker. And what did she say then? That it's fine. People are supposed to be like that.
It did not come as a surprise to her, and she definitely wasn't scared. Actually, I think it made her nostalgic. If anything, she seemed turned on by the whole door gunning thing.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny. No good goddamn psycho whore. Right. Oh, fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. That fucking...
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus.
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any...
Women are crazy. Irrational. That's what you're thinking, right? Also, your fists are itching for a bump.
Maybe she's still in denial. Maybe she isn't who you thought she was. What do I think? Women are crazy,
You can
man.
say that again, copper. Right here.
Women.
Here we go. Bump it hard.
Bump
Your
it.
fist connects with his. Hard. The slam is audible. You can
Oh my
almost
gosh,
hear
I have-
his bones ring.
Look
Your
at all-
knuckles tingle, life-affirmingly. A flash of pain,
Look
like
at all of
slamming your
my
fist
moral.
against iron.
Morale.
He is stronger than he looks. And he looks like Vermut Kazai.
And now you, Bina Claude.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses, then extends his curled fist and taps Titus's bruised knuckles. Not bad.
Maybe she isn't who you thought.
Nah, I know her. She's just a girl. In over her head.
Titus, she has the whole skill set compromised. She's some kind of pro. She has my whole skill set. She's a model. She won a pageant. She's not some helpless girl. She handled the mercenary well enough. She's a hardcore party girl with a big death wish.
Handled him? She got into some stupid shit.
Iris!
Shit we
Welcome!
had to take care of.
Yes, we heard all about it, and the fact still stands. You were more disturbed by the tape than her.
Be straight with me, Titus. What really
I
happened?
already told you. We fucking hanged him.
There's less gusto in his voice now. His men too are growing increasingly silent. They're confused. This is growing over their heads.
Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot.
She
I
did.
know you're tired. So am I. Why don't you just...
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said, "Fuck off!"
This is the petulant rage of someone who's at the end of their wits.
That lying, scamming. We're done. This is over.
Uh-oh, Titus is gonna kill us.
Your little investigation is over. Yeah.
On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one does anything about it.
What is this quiet funeral shit? All we need is some beers in us. Bartender, 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union.
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
The window might be closing. The more beers they get in them, the less cooperative they will be. Klausner
Oh
is playing
my
them like a
gosh.
fiddle. Tell them how bad they got played, and they'll tell you the truth.
You're always
There are
telling me.
many ways to go about it. All of them really good.
Okay, men, it's clear that you're being played like a fiddle. I know what's going on here. I've been wronged too. I get this dark shadow over my heart. Titus. Same thing happened to me. She manipulated me. The same thing happened to my friend Garte over there. A chick tried to make him part of her theme park. I'm gonna go tell a little story about Kim here.
The fucking what now?
Sometimes
You mean the barman?
it happens. That's the cafeteria manager to you, Titus. That is unimportant. Focus on the word
Yeah, we're all very focused. What does it mean?
Yeah, cock carousel. I hear the goddamn word. What are you saying?
Boss, I think he means a joyride made of suckers. You telling us we're suckers?
Yeah. Thanks for bringing a new word in my life. Now fuck off.
Okay then, your fault. You were one cock carousel away from breaking the case. But okay, guess you don't need my help.
Are you okay?
Fuck cares. Yeah, I'm fine.
What fucking questions? Carousel, man.
Where is rhetoric? It's up there. What kind of items do I have to increase my rhetoric? That is the question. Were you trying to draw Tommy? It's okay, I have not been drawing very well. At all. I don't have anything for that. Just remind me, I need to put... Oh, wait, no, I gotta save up for freaking understanding my age. I need 2 points now. Anyway, get the whole story. Convince him... Okay, we'll come back for that. Ask the little girl in the fishing village down the coast who knows something about the armored gloves. Locate the working firearm. Find a way to... I don't even know. Anyway, let's go see if we can buy some pants off of Kuno.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad. Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything. The fuck about it?
Where is the thing about the pants?
Your test. Get lost. Yeah, the kingdom of Kuno. The fucked. Yeah, whatever.
Kingdom of Kuno.
Doesn't give a shit. Kuno.
Kuno. Primal. Violent.
The fuck are you calling?
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pig's got Kuno!
Oh
help,
my god.
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
Everyone can hear. You need to get the hell out of here before...
Yeah? Get out of here before the Kuno beats the...
Yeah, that's right.
Don't listen. Just go.
Kuno needs some disciplining. I was just trying to buy some pants.
Yes?
Well, I guess we are going back to the fish. We're gonna go and, look for that girl to ask questions of, and... look for the cages, and look for some way to wash... Let's see if we can wash this in our sink. Did we have a sink, even? We had a mirror.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. On the table.
Nope. Did we need to wash it in the sink at the inn? Wait, can she wash it? She's got a bin.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
On this jacket, but it's filthy.
I can wash it for you. but it's going to take about a half an hour. Think you can stay put for that long?
Hell yeah. No, we must run around ceaselessly. It would be torture to stay put.
I could use a breather. It's been another track and field day.
Well, hand it over then, and I'll see what I can do. Must say, I'm proud of this one. It's pretty nice underneath all that filth. I hope you take better care of it than its last owner.
Thanks, lady. We could just wear it and just not give it back. Element proof, always hot. Okay, Doom Spiral.
Tequila sunset.
My jacket?
Yeah, the one that you
A
clean
look
the
of consternation crosses the man's
seagull
face.
off of.
He looks at you, then at his bottle, then back at you.
What the fuck are you talking about, Tequila? Falm? That's medium concept stuff, not my style at all. I can't believe I'm saying this, but maybe you should lay off the booze. It's fucking with your head.
It becomes abundantly clear to you how this man managed to lose his keys, business, friends, and girlfriend. I'm calling it. It's neurological.
You're lost. I'm keeping the jacket for myself. Take the freaking jacket.
You know what? Fine. Maybe I can pawn it for some booze.
Aye, good thinking.
Heck yeah, guess what? We get to freaking... Let's go! Date of birth generator. I know you'll be jelly, but then we gotta get some rhetoric. Okay. We gotta inspect some traps on the northeast by Feld Building, and on the west side, and ask the girl in the fishing village down the coast who knows something about the gloves. The water runs from the west. The source is upstream, a broken pipe. Oh, there's one. Hello.
A familiar apparatus lies behind you. The ruins of a residential building loom over the reeds. They whisper amongst themselves, confidentially. Snowflakes cling to their shivering stems. When this district was booming, the reeds were kept at bay. Nothing obscured the freshly painted facades. Nowhere for drunks and adventurous teenagers to hide. Now only the wind blows. This trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside.
Another empty trap.
Yep. This is the trap Morel just set. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality. Nothing but locusts in this trap as well.
Empty as all of them. One more of these, and we're done.
I must stress that I did not expect cryptozoological monstrosity to be in this trap.
Of course.
It's almost impossible to get a fire near this ocean. Well.
It takes you a moment, but finally, you spot the last of Morel's traps. This one's partially obscured by the trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here. No locust. No phasmid either, but still.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there. I just see an empty trap.
The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others. Like someone or something picked up the trap and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
Perhaps our cryptozoologists have competition in the form of an actual entomologist, or someone else is sabotaging them. I could present more theories, but then I would be taking this on as a case, which I'm not. We did, sort of, promise to tell them, didn't we?
The reeds shake sadly in the coastal breeze. Snow specks the stalks. Most of it melts quickly, relinquishing form to darkness. The wind picks up.
Oh yeah, because I forgot to talk to his wife when we were at the whirling. Which we can do when we go back over there tomorrow for his use of the car. Cigarette butts cleaned away under a rock. Someone's campfires. A rusted, broken control box. The ladder is too rusty to climb. The sea air has eaten away at it. This relay tower coordinates boat traffic in the bay. Oh, a tie. Tiny inlets there off the far distance. I can't even see that. A rusty gears used to be turned to a whole machine.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
It's military. A service depot of some sort. Probably something that is no longer there.
I don't have a crowbar anymore, do I? It broke.
An old door, worn by you rattle the handle a bit, then push on the door with all your weight.
We don't get in there. Frankly, you're just going to have to accept the fact that you can't get in through every single door.
No. We've gotten into every door thus far. That's what we do. We open doors. We're cops. That's our perk. Even Everard knew that's a part of our MO.
Yeah, it's who we are.
I understand you. I like opening doors as much as the next guy. But this one is simply beyond repair, and we don't have the resources needed to open it. Relax. No one's hiding in there. If we can't open it, others can't either.
At least you can think about opening it, about doors in general. They are, after all, fundamental to your life.
Oh my gosh.
Perhaps something useful will come from this.
We can learn one more door. Inspect the traps. The last trap was empty. Okay. And then, where is this chick? The fishing village down the coast. Oh no, not you too. I hope you get better. I hope you don't get super sick. If you are. Oh my gosh. To your right, a white-bellied cormorant. Eyes are suspicious. It must have taken patience for this. Peter with pastel. Someone is trying to cheer up the world.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh. Hello there.
Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
Dear child, it's freezing. Where's your hat?
Huh?
Maybe she didn't hear you.
Said.
A little louder.
You'd have a hat on.
So should you.
You don't have to do anything.
I don't have to do anything. I'm the law. You have to do what the law says. I should, and I do.
Oh. I didn't notice that.
It's nice. You should wear one, too, if you plan to stay out here.
Yeah, well... Look, man, fuck the hat.
Your pulse rises.
Is that kind of language necessary?
I'm sorry I said fuck the hat. I was concentrating on something else. My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me.
What's your name?
Estelle.
Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing. There's a coarseness to her features, some masculinity below that timidness.
And your surname?
Why?
I'm from the police. It's for paperwork.
Okay, it's Burger.
What's that device that you have?
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still. Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
What's a contact? Got it.
Okay.
What are you doing out here in the cold?
Recording, I guess.
And what exactly?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. But there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
What happened to the old headphones?
Wait, what happened to the headphones?
My boyfriend sold them.
What
I
for?
don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
A lie. They were probably pawned off for something suspicious.
And what are these recordings for? The cracks?
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain. Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway. I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
The sharp drop in endorphins is almost visible, like a warm blanket has fallen off her shoulders. The wave of chill, the quivering jaw, indications of a drug high. She is on some kind of stimulant, amphetamine or methadone, and its effects are wearing off fast. She will begin to experience more and more valleys now, and fewer peaks.
Take this, you're cold.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
Now this is where a hat would come in handy.
Thanks.
No, I didn't want to give her the hat that I was wearing. Oh my gosh, I was wearing that.
That? The boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not gonna be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
And who are these boys?
Yeah, Andre and the guys, they're inside, in the tent. Go ahead.
No empathy.
Okay.
I'll come back here in a second. I gotta put the hat on. I can't believe she took my hat. Okay, where can we gain some empathy? It was this, right? Because we got this on, which takes... Just put that on briefly.
Hello again.
I don't think that helped.
It's supposed to become, like, a club for anodic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Palaceum. Except that, yeah.
The floorboards are twisting, and the shooting beams are slowly cracking, like bones. Far east of the Golden Delta, there will never be a club for anodic music here. Not in a million years.
So, what is anodic music?
You know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments. What do you need to know?
You want to turn the church into
I
a
know.
club?
It's not my idea. Andre and the boys found the place. It was supposed to be deserted, but now they can't even take it. Hey, don't get me wrong, but you're cops, right? Okay, well, maybe you could talk to Andre and the guys, because there are some strange things going on in that church. If you're police, you should look into it, right? They're inside that thing there. Would be cool if you did. Was there something else? No, not really, no. It's Noid's.
Oh, wait, is this Noid's your
Yeah,
friend?
I guess you could say that.
Why did this Noid person put a padlock on the church?
To keep more weirdos from getting in. Fucking Martinez. I'm sorry. It's got the worst weirdos. If you get around to it, ask Andre about him, he'll tell ya. Go ahead.
I know, but I don't think I have any more empathetic items. I don't think I have any empathy items, honestly. I can't believe she took the hat that I was wearing. Yeah, I don't have any.
Hello again.
The device is cold to the touch.
Yeah. The more tribalistic markings in this post is covered in little humanoids, the pole screwed into the ice. Trash.
A pane of eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind. The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get into this rave.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men, all in forward-looking apparel, reminiscent of the sticker on the padlock, are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on! Get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out. Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this. I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
Smells like sweat and laundry detergent. Love you too, Grumble. What brought this on? Is it because the jams? Engine starting fluid? A speaker, the big kind used for live music. A pile of nasal sprays, brand No Fade Ultra.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
There is definitely something futuristic about his hair, aggressively so. You get the sense that this is what the future will look like. Imbecilic, yes, should the future ever come, it will look deeply imbecilic, like this guy. His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
And Egghead. Egg! Together with a Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
How many music venues have you organized?
We have many in the pipeline, officer. You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
There's no need. The place is pretty bad. Next time, watch yourself. Was there something that you wanted? Your friend Acel said there was a problem with the
Oh,
church.
so you've met her? Good. Yeah. It's a matter of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
An attempt to pander to your perceived conservative sensibilities. No person his age would ever use a word like narcomania with a straight face. Don't fall for it.
Enough histrionics. What are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads!
Burnouts! Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Revachol.
Strike that! The world!
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts holed up in there were the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
I won't stand for narcomaniacs of any kind. No narcomaniacs on my watch.
And the worst part is, they're also spooky.
You mean
I
by
was hoping
spooky?
you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse. People just wanna spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for. All right, man.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
I did ask Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's a temporary fix, just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in a hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
It's as if time has frozen somehow. You think you can sense the key moving in the air. Yeah, this is going to be...
I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how high those are. Don't ruin the cool by overdoing it. Raise your hand in front of your face with minimum effort.
Straight in the eye. Straight in the old eye orb. In the looking board. Man up. It's nothing. Pick the goddamn key up. Put it in your pocket and move on.
My bad.
As always, we'll be right here, waiting.
No, I can't talk to them anymore.
Hardcore! Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega! Here comes the night!
Solve Egghead's mystery? There has to be some way to talk to this person that you just haven't found it yet. Oh.
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid. Good. It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading. A sticker? You mean the yellow one? Can you describe it to me?
Interesting. He wants you to describe it, though he already knows what it looks like.
Good. What did you want to know?
Was I right? Is it a dead guy smiling?
Yes, you're the 23rd person to get it right. And I've asked 23 people. Looks like it's a dead guy smiling to the entire human race.
Oh, really? Okay, but what does it mean?
He defeated history. We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, we are always already dead. How can we ever smile then? Because history is a lie, and so are its deaths. The present moment and life are the hardcore. The hardcore expels death. Or maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats.
Or drugged out of his mind, come to think of it. He blinks, waiting for the next question.
Simplicity was brought to us by classical soul artist modernism, but that was a tasteful, harmonious simplicity, right? Well, hardcore is not tasteful or outwardly harmonious. It's a warning shot. This will be dangerous. The echo of man's loss haunting him. The sticker, the clothes, the music, same thing.
Seems awesome.
It is. I guess one could write an entire treatise on the thing. But what for? The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment. I can see that. Further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve sign synchronicity would be by getting us into the church. Nah. Still strongly out of sync. Stage gamma disalignment. You heard me.
I see she is not the person that we were looking for in order to discuss the armor. But it might be too late. We can go look for that chick tomorrow.
Heavy wooden door. The lock.
Are you telling me I broke my...
You hear a click as the shackle pops open.
crowbar for no reason?
Let's go. A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum.
Why would you
In the
let me
heart
do
of the
this?
city.
Why would you let me break Kim's stuff? More of the forked lightning patterns. Bark beetle, it looks like an intentional, some long style. This grotesque wooden figure looks half finished. This figure was added later. It's part of a, it's not part of the original church. This blackboard is filled with complex equations. Something to do with radio frequencies. It's freaking whamming in radio waves again. A bowl filled with water. Could these wires work with contact?
The silence in this part of the
As
church,
contact.
it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
Wait, I think I hear
And
something.
then it's gone. You can hardly hear your own breathing. Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers. It's unnerving. You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow. The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Almost nothing, and it's beginning to worry me.
The church just has strange acoustics, some engineering trick.
Maybe the church was designed this way to prevent boisterous activity, singing and dancing, on its premises.
Maybe they want to discourage singing and dancing. It's probably nothing, just our imagination. Whatever it is, it's definitely real.
The lieutenant doesn't reply, but you can sense him tense up next to you. The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead. It's like there's something moving up there. A shadow has emerged from the tower and it's making its way toward you through all the other shadows. It's not a shadow anymore, becoming more substantial as it gets closer. The shape of an animal descends.
Officer, is there something up there?
Oh no, you've lost sight of it. Where did it go? Yes, the darkness makes the ceiling feel infinitely far away. You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you. with dark eyes. Maybe it's possible to talk to it. The shadow is a man made of the same stuff as the carpentry of the building. He is studying you intently. The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
The right place for what?
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
Hey, and what was that about, the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
Está crudo, way. I see deep inside you. Your body and your spirit are suffering greatly from overindulgence. And you don't even know it.
I'm actually here on behalf of some young...
I know it's hard to admit that you have a problem. I was like you once. Couldn't take an honest look at the damage Albino was doing to my mind and my spirit.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
Look at these crazies. What is this shit?
Alcohol is the center to my identity. This is stupid.
Don't trust me. Trust the mother. I'm only the messenger, Holmes. This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
Do you know where the other speaker is?
Sure did, Holmes.
Are you human?
I am. At least in part, Holmes. Into the mother's love burns away the cruel distinctions of the body.
What does he mean, in part?
Hey, are you a boyadero?
A boyadero? No, Holmes. I don't go in for that kind of thing. It's all about surrendering to the mother now.
You sound like you're not from around here.
Haven't you ever met a Mex before? Cabron. Surprising number of us around Rabbit Shop. You know, I'm not so sure myself anymore. Don't really matter, though.
Well, at least you're human.
Glad you're feeling more comfortable. First-timers are always nervous.
There must be something illegal about living in a church ceiling. I don't know what yet, but there must be.
Oh, man. I would love to see that statue. I'm sure I'd be trespassing if the church was in use. But it's not, hombre. I done my share of illegal shit. Used to be in a gang, the whole deal. But even memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone. Nah, ese, it's not like that. Best thing that could happen to you, losing your memory.
Do you remember your name, sir?
Tiago's my name. But those syllables don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also, so to speak, your place amongst your fellows, your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore. That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters.
Some ravers want to turn this place into a nightclub.
The ones in the tent outside, right? I see them. Think they scared of me.
So what do you think about the nightclub, that is? I trust you won't get in the way of some enterprising youths. I have to say, it's a great idea.
Nah, man. They look pretty funny. And I don't harm no one anymore.
Though we used to, a long time ago.
Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go. Might even be nice to have some company. Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes? No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
And you don't know where
That's
she
what I
is.
said, Holmes.
How can you not know that when you both live here?
Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests.
So you've got nothing else to tell me how she looks or what she does?
I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or
search through her radio computer.
Other spooker?
Oops.
No. You just have to wait.
Or search through her radio computer.
This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. A way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed.
Hey Jack, what's up?
One of these days,
multi-monitors,
I'll be pure enough to go
congratulations.
drink from it directly.
Who's this mother of silence you keep talking about?
That's no simple question, Essay. She is one who can be painted or sculpted. She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will.
His adoration is beyond sexual. This cavity is something that no human form has.
What will happen once you drink from this
I
perforation?
will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began. It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
Too gleeful, those words. He is lying. Not to you, to his very own self.
I know it will take time. Don't sweat it.
Still don't understand what you're doing.
I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory.
You should sing for me, the superstar cop.
I ain't from no Marietti, if that's what you're thinking. And the song I sing is silent as the mother.
He lost his cool there for a moment. Seems you hit some nerve.
That seemed to upset you, but you said that you didn't really remember your past.
Things come back in flashes when something reminds me. Sometimes they even seem important again. Really important. But then, thanks to the mother, they're gone again. But I was talking about the singing of a burning heart. You may be thinking, but fire crackles. No, Holmes. That's the material that's burning. The flames themselves are without sound.
How did you even find this place, this church?
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, eh? It didn't belong to me.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
Police raid a while back.
Did you witness it?
Not really, or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
Frost has drawn flowers on the glass. A scarf. Figure drawn in the frost on the window depicting a deer. Cracked pane of colorful glass. Spider has spun its web around the wooden carved pillars. Got some shoes for empathy. Empathetic shoes.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
Another radio computer. And this time it's already turned on. We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case. It's also quite similar to the one we have down at the station. Must be the same model.
The one you saw earlier was the Ream Civic. This is the Ream Prefect, a model number RC7024, equipped with a Fell mainframe and a Ream-compatible interim printer. You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed. Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. Another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater. The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you.
Good evening. Votre accident on Saint-Brun. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
I have two machines registered to this company name in Martinez. One on Saint-Brun, the other on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine.
Saint-Brun, that's the church. And Rue de Saint-Ghislaine, that's the doomed commercial area.
Anything else I can help you with? Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer. Maybe he knows something.
Password, I'm really bad at passwords. Can you give me a hint? Is it my birthday? This is the police.
Received. Votre accident. Is there anything else?
The machine's keyboard is still. Nothing happens.
Real. Portable Harmon Wawashi tape recorder. 2 decks of reel to reel. Someone siphoning electrical current from outside. Now let's go see if this guy knows a password really quick.
Oh, coffee in the back. Something familiar about that. Coffee and stale cookies.
Too many times, essay. You need it for something.
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public safety.
Bye, Iris. Thanks for hanging out. I know it's always hard without you. You're a light in the chat.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death. What you think of that? Makes me almost pity La Nilita Pequeña when I hear it.
What was that about coffee? I feel like I've heard it somewhere.
Look, man, I'm at liberty to talk about the sacred blaze of the mother's glorious heart, but not about the coffee. I think we're done here, Essay.
That was an interesting conversation. However, I'm still not sure how it's relevant to our investigation.
I mean... A wasteland of reality. 20 hours of research time. I mean, why not? Let's do it. Tris, what's up?
The machine's keyboard is still the speaker.
Good evening. Votre good. Please repeat the good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please. Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Sleep well, votre accident.
Looks like we need 75 more points to get rhetoric.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print button. The printer prints out a long text document with the first entry made on the 4th of February, 51 by an unknown author is short and concise. Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
Think this log might be connected to the case?
Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. See? Even one of the spookers themselves says it's unnerving. What was that about narcotics? This could prove to be interesting. See? Ridden with narcotics. Just like Andre said.
Narcotics.
I doubt that we can find any. It's just idle fishermen's gossip to scare away the kids. Nothing spooky about this place either. It's just abandoned and cold, and in an awful part of town.
Then why doth the lieutenant protest against spending time here so often? 7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking ESCA series, something advanced. 8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simor for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers. But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
I think these people worked in the radio computer games business. The one we saw in the Doom commercial area. They must be our former co-workers. Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading.
12th of February, 51.
Oh, he's invested now.
Brought some food from the grocery store.
Saying keep reading.
Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Is she talking about?
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the swallow is real and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
But what could it be?
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples. March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter But now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good, I don't want anyone distracting me from my work. That disco man must be a cell.
The girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her.
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with the machine.
No. It was a great idea. You're learning things. This is how you learn
go
things
sleep,
about
Grumble.
machines. March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles, crackers, ping energy drinks, water, toothpaste, gum. Also, some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening. A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Uh-oh, we're about to get beat up.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
Yes, you are breaking in, but not into her radio computer. You're a master circuit bender.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
I can assure you that I am an expert circuit bender. I am not breaking into your computer. I am using it to access Coalition military data links.
There are no Coalition military data links. And even if there was, you couldn't access them over a civilian network.
Yes, I could. I'm a cybernetic god. I'm using your REM prefect to commandeer Coalition warship Archer. I will turn its cannons against its masters. You're right.
That's nonsense. You're just a police officer. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
Look at my empathy shoes. Oh, I know all of you are jealous of my empath shoes.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad. A dark and radiant majesty. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel. Cold wind seeps in from the crack in the glass. Snowdrifts cover the floorboards.
Hey,
At
Barry.
your feet, above, you feel her multicolored eyes on you, inspecting you. As that bitter thought passes through your head, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder with 3 fingers. Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times. When it's done, you're still standing in the apricot-colored light of the window. The woman smiles her distant smile, unmoved, struck in half by the crack in the glass. Serves her right. She only cares about her sovereign's orb and her silk robes and getting to the aerodrome on time. 2.
The old woman in the village was right. This must be the DeLorean Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the Small Pinewood Church in some records. It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Revachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers. There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Setsa, they call them, the 7 Sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find anything connected to the lynching here. Something else, perhaps?
Respectful? Is the lieutenant a follower of DeLoreanism? It's a mystery. a mystery sprinkled with self-pity and regret. For some reason, unknown to your mind, looking at her delicate eyes makes you feel like you're ready for drowning. All you know is, this is the young mother of humanity, and that you
He's been in the Discord before. I don't know if he's still there.
escape her sad,
He kind of
worry-worn
comes and
look.
goes.
A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you, a ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one, and a text, a light motif below them both.
Because we don't believe Titus. Because he lying. What shattered this mosaic? Who is this older woman?
Unknown. A motor carriage? A gunshot? Someone falling into it? Or maybe just hooligans looking for something to break? The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden Reichsapfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence day advised. Above, she herself is whole. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs.
Yeah,
to stand
Barry
at
and
her
Ego
feet.
are different people.
Secret servicemen, 30 years, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail. Below both women, in luminous black letters, Après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau. And then along the left side, Après le monde, la gré. Après le gré, le monde de nouveau.
Death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more, however. It was deemed subservient to use a strongly moral intern-related motto. We already suspected of bootlicking. The sentence was also seen as too feminine. It was a macho thing. Justice, union, prudence, and force.
Puts the fear of God back.
Eyes cool.
The mother of humanism towers above you, a wax painting on a cracked
It's
pane
true,
of
he
glass.
does.
Nothing has changed in her expression.
Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are Dolorian in origin.
The woman looks by in silence, smiling enigmatically.
It's not spiritual, it's constitutional. The Dolorian system does not demand faith, only accordance.
Do I have encyclopedia clothing is the question. Endurance, reaction, drum. Give me the smart clothing, guys. Oh, we got... Yes. Okay.
Fairweather T500. Remember that weakness you were looking for in the ceramic armor? Like, maybe it can only stop small, fast projectiles, but a large, slow-moving pry bar would shatter it? Or, if I run an electrical current through it, maybe it will melt. Or, personal favorite, frequency something something radio weapon? None of that would work. You need to shoot the part of the enemy that doesn't have Fairweather T-500 on it, because the armor itself is invulnerable. Good news is, so are the armor pieces on you.
And eye coordination is +2. Good, because we dropped those keys. Oh my gosh, I forgot we had that going on.
The
Okay.
mother of humanism stands above
No!
you.
Well, it's not gonna let us do it unless we up the point. I guess... Give us that. That extra empathy.
What is it?
I didn't break anything, did I?
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper.
Hey, are you the lead programmer?
Yes. Or, no. Not anymore.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized. Rather sad. Something passes over her face before she straightens her back.
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis language. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
That still doesn't answer what she's doing in an abandoned church.
Have you seen
Nope.
the man?
Yes.
He's seen you.
And?
Okay, it's probably not
No,
a big deal then.
You're right. I'm not.
Why are there
I
so
brought
many
them
machines?
here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything. I use the AR-1 as my RAIM prefix processing unit.
RIM Prefect. That's your radio
Mhm.
computer, right? And the antenna is processing
Yes.
unit?
You really don't know anything about radio computers,
No.
do you?
I'm a master circuit bender. I know everything.
Then you'll certainly know that all radio computers perform operations on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna. I guess it is. So far, I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market, so I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that sort of thing.
What are you doing with it? Radio
I'm
computer.
working.
The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core. The light casting her face in a strange shadow.
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something.
It's not just rudeness. It really is hard to concentrate on whatever she needs to do. And you're not helping.
They are connected to my RAIM prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay? Great. What? I hate it.
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Have you even listened to it, like actually listened to
Yeah.
it?
Like all the time. My tent neighbors don't really ease up with their partying, do they? Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
Well.
This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not an... Take a guess, why don't you?
A youth center would be nice. A petting zoo. Maybe a community space would help the elderly.
I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
Help the ravers at the nightclub. Well. Well, guys.
Hi again. So, how are things going? Mm-hmm.
How long have those people been locked in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
How can you be sure that they haven't started this? This is cool and taking initiation.
Thank you. We just thought it was the right thing to do. Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it. He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies. You know, a host, a declaimer of slogans. He's a performer, gets the people going.
Interesting, sire. A bit like you, then. An MC for short.
Well, he's just kind of here. I don't really know how to communicate with him.
You ever really talk to him?
Sometimes. When I stumble and find my way into his centre, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first though.
The man smiles mysteriously, choosing to let the beat speak for itself. I get it. He's a puzzle.
Oh yeah, that's a meteor name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
Before we go on, what do you mean a meteorite? Oh, the founding party. I do know them.
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know? I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organisation. And they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericanassian Church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, made the innocentic system, no?
It doesn't sound like they would appreciate the dance club in the church.
You're totally wrong about that.
The Pericanassian Church is about love, and Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Pericanassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance. Love is hardcore.
Unity. Unity.
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the base, as if testing the waters. Feels good.
I guess love can be pretty hardcore.
It can. He's coming around. You're getting it.
I understand it was lame of me to suggest otherwise.
Yeah! Yakokata!
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving. You feel like you could go for a little disco when, or if they get this club going. You've got it in you.
Yes. What?
I see, Rotron Water. Hate to tell you this, but it reeks of sweat in here. What is all this?
It's for starting engines, man.
Is the amiable speed freak becoming a bit cross with you? Sounds like it.
Relax. How's the extra high ether content working for you? Does it do
I guess
trick?
it does. No idea, man. The what now? Oh,
drugs.
The old
Your
Ultra.
drugs.
He's like an actor, looking to the souffleur for his line.
I have a major sinus infection. Stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter. Can't even breathe. Yes, that's all Nosefed's doing. Without the Noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
Nosefed is the shit.
Good. Now on to the next thing.
Yes. What?
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
My logic is
And?
low.
What happened?
I talked to a shadow clad.
Oh man, the crab man you mean? Who is he? What did you think?
Very spiritual.
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem?
Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we gonna do about him?
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
He's not gonna leave. He'll climb around up there. You guys will never catch him.
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light! Yeah!
Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her?
I was using the mainframe when Sonia, the programmer, came in.
A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
What a pity! That's my favourite thing in the
There you
world.
go, Doobie crawling around in the
She doesn't
church.
like it at all.
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit future of dance and unity?
Unity! Dance!
She made it very clear that she won't leave until her project
And you can't
is
just
finished.
evict her?
No, I won't evict her. We have to come up with a different solution.
Look at you, Honor Man.
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music.
The lines in the dark exist! Coexist!
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like Nordic dance music?
Egghead cannot believe what you just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think? Excellent! Good luck, my friend.
Okay,
Goodbye, officer.
let's see what kind of logic where we can throw on here. I know we got some. I know we do. I've seen it. We got this thing. This doesn't have logic on it, yeah. We're up, let's see what happens with our 4+
Hi
logic.
again. So, how things going?
A number of things don't add up. Let's take a look. How about gather around, kids?
Okay, kids, gather around.
The young speed freak puts down a busted capacitor and looks at you. The one with the large head seems very enthusiastic about whatever you have planned. Their would-be leader is less amused.
Sometime in the past, I'm not sure when or where, but betrayal was involved. I fell sick and became darkened by a shadow you see now. But before that, I have reason to believe I was a police officer. I got bad news.
But you still are.
Thank you for your kind words, but everyone in here sees that I am a disgrace in the uniform. I was good enough in this job to be awarded.
What happened?
Disco happened.
I've been trying to say we need the next step in dance music to happen fast!
Shut it!
What? I have! I've said that!
Now, obviously, that might as well have been 1,000 years ago, but there's still some
The
detective
young
left.
speed freak is silent.
Suna hinted that there's something else going on, that I'm being naive. This isn't the making of a club. It's a tent full of laboratory equipment for manufacturing drugs.
Hey man, who knows what she's on about? I get it. She doesn't want us in the church. She's got something against us.
Who doesn't like to dance? She doesn't like to dance.
I have no idea how you arrived at that conclusion, but it's wrong. Look, we even have speakers.
One speaker. They have one speaker.
You have no headphones. Wouldn't Ansel need her headphones to spin the tape?
What do you know about spinning tape? Nothing.
I know you pawned them, likely for lab equipment and drugs.
I'm sorry, but there is no lab equipment. and no drug ingredient.
That Nosafed is here for an active ingredient.
He said it was for his nose. What more do you want?
What do you mean, friend?
The other speaker, you have
It's
only
a one-speaker system. It's monodynamic. You wouldn't know the first thing about sound reproduction in anodic music. Other speaker. No shit.
In short, you tried to use a police detective to set up a drug lab.
That's... Come on, that's...
Against the law.
I meant to say, not true. That's... I meant to say, not true. That's... It's not. What do you mean, do?
There's resignation in his voice. He's almost ready to drop the act. It wouldn't take a lot of pushing.
We do this lawman style. First you tell me everything, then I pass judgment. You tell me what's really going on, and then we'll work from there. I can be lenient.
What do you mean by lenient?
Not calling backups and hauling you all off to a pen for starters. Haven't you heard? I'm the dirtiest cop.
Okay, man, okay. Things are just so hard for an entrepreneur in this city right now. It's not like we lied when we said we want to turn a church into the wickedest club in East Revershoal.
Because we do! We totally do!
We just need to turn it into a speed lab before.
To get our foot in the door.
And why did you need me?
Like I told you, spooky arseholes moved in while I was getting all this stuff together. A month ago, the place was empty, and now it's all spooked up.
They're really not spooky.
No, man. They're spooky, all right. It's just that they would also probably call the police if we started cooking speed in there.
But the sign was way off, too. I couldn't feel the love at all.
Sir, you promised you'd be lenient.
Pack up and report to Precinct 41. Get lost. I don't want to see you again. Let's do this clean. No speed, just a club.
Yeah!
I knew it. It's impossible now.
No, Andre, it's harder now. This hard cop has come to show us how much the fish is, and the fish is always so much more. We all know there was never going to be a club for anodic music with the Speed Lab. Now it has a fighting chance. There needs to be a club for anodic music in there. Needs to. Everyone hates each other. Everybody hates it here. It's all just drugs and we're slaves and I can't. We are running out of time. We need a win, Andre. I promise this will be a win. We won't cook speed in there. We'll do it clean. We'll do it true. We'll do it sober and real and beautiful. This will be a victory for the light.
This will be nothing. You can hear the ice crack underneath you. Outside, the last century waterfront development is crumbling in the wind. A grape-shot row of falling houses. And so is Rue de Saint-Giraud and all the houses on Main Row. The old cinema is sinking underneath Villa Labos.
What?
Nothing. Let's call the incident crime prevention, but have an eye on you.
Okay, we'll try to do it without the drugs. We'll do a straight club up in there, spinning the maddest reels, and nothing but, I swear to God.
From here on, it'll be straight all the way.
Goodbye, officer.
Convince Sonia. Oh my gosh. Sonia.
Yes, what is it?
What if I just forced you to leave? I'm gonna put some. What if you didn't have to leave? I talked to Andre. He wants to make it work.
I don't want to make anything work. Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work.
Okay, well, let's see if I can get a little suggestive. We did have this going on. I must have suggestions somewhere. I probably don't, but maybe I do. I have -1 suggestion. I can at least get rid of that. Where is this -1 suggestion coming from? Now I just wear nothing on my head because my good hat is... Oh, there we go. We can try that.
Yes, what is it?
Easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
Listen, about your research. Maybe if I can help you, maybe I can help you with anything. Help you fill the water basins or something.
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
But if I could help you finish the project, then you wouldn't have to live in a church next to the boom boom anymore.
She thinks about it. A glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind brings more snow in from the broken gallery. It touches her hair.
All right. Bring me the game's offside copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory, and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself.
From my old workspace, you mean the Studio Fortress accident?
Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady. There's this giant ice bear fridge in the building's cellar. It's there. Don't worry, you can't miss the bear. It's hideous.
But you've been to the fridge and it wasn't there. There was a note saying...
I found a note from the ice bear fridge, and it said offside copy has been moved to a safer place.
Wait, a note from whom? Did it specify where they took the filament memory?
It said the offside copy had been taken to a nearby ice cream maker. The note was signed by someone named Suliswaf.
Jawiza. Of course. Our project lead, Suliswaf Jawiza. God, he was always so hell-bent on keeping the copy somewhere safe. And feature creep from the Valley of the Heads. Like it would have made a difference. The offside copy was perfectly safe when the data loss happened. That data loss was anomalous. And the heads... I won't even get into the heads. Millions of them. Go find that copy from that ice cream maker, will you?
Valley of 1,000 Heads. You like the sound of that.
Thanks. And here's my Qualsund multitool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the offside copy, then you can keep the Qualsund.
Well... looks like we got some business. Anyway. Nope. Trying to remember if we took anything else off. I don't think so. I can't believe she took my hat. You're permanently stuck on this quest. Relax, it's not yours. You didn't crash every MC in Rachibol. Good to put to sleep. Well.
It's getting late, and it's...
Good night.
Good night, officer.
Good night, Kim.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face.
My poor face.
The bed is comforting. Across the room, the heating system hums its soft lullaby. The mattress feels soft and sheets warm. It only takes you moments for the world to
Good
fall
night,
away.
Laura.
Thoughts,
Hope you feel better.
baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner. And
Recorded in you. Forever. On ferrotape.
Spinning in eternity.
on and on it goes. For untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising. Rising. Above the dark curvature. The great wingspan of sleep. Studded with stars.
Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time. The last time. The smoke in her mouth. The plotted flowers. The faces turning, changing.
It's the world, Harry boy. And you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit.
All stuck on loop. Whirling, spitting out words and images.
You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent. Picking up litter and old newspapers. Collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless, meaningless keepsakes.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
That's right, I am an agent of the world.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
For the greater good.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth. There he goes again. He's a real political animal, our Harry. He still doesn't see that it's the world changing around him.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
You can do it. It's nothing. Do it for the city. Go. Do it for the wind.
Do it for the wind.
Good. You're up. Listen, there's something that's been bothering you for a few days now. It's a suspicion, or a feeling really, that things are not quite in hand around here. Every day, things seem to spin more and more wildly, out of control. The center isn't holding. And despite your efforts to moderate and contain these energies, things only seem to be getting worse.
Yeah, things are going pretty well. Let's get this right. What needs to be done?
Oh, sure. You've been making progress on your case, interviewing people, solving side tasks, but who's focusing on the big questions?
I assume the most qualified and highly credentialed people were taking care of that stuff.
But have you ever seen them? How do you know they're even there? More importantly, How do you know they aren't waiting for your participation?
What am I supposed
You've
to do?
got to find out who bears la responsabilité.
What exactly is la responsabilité?
The most awesome, terrible thing. It is human nature to crave la responsabilité and to deny it. That's why it must be distributed across many different organizations, agencies, offices, and portfolios.
All right, give it to me. I'll accept
Whoa,
responsibility.
whoa. This isn't some kind of dictatorship. You can't simply seize la responsabilité for yourself. It must be given by a legitimate authority, like a committee.
And who should sit on this committee? Sounds like it's too much responsibility for me. I don't want it.
Don't run away from it now, Harry. You know it's the right thing to do. Only the most even-keeled minds in Martinez. Together, you'll be able to discover who has la responsabilité in Revachol. And, if necessary, you'll have the wisdom and expertise to assign it among yourselves. Good luck.
I mean, we'll see. But that's, since it's morning, it's a good place to stop for the week. So then later next week, we can pick up and go to the library and... Oh my gosh, Kim is just waiting over there. My brother. Thank you everybody for hanging out. I was just looking at these things over here. Anyway, thank you everybody for hanging out. Hope you had a good time and enjoyed some characters. Till next time, have a good week. Don't die. Appreciate all of you.